The morning we dropped Joy off at Stanford University, we drove off to Yosemite. Yosemite is about 2.5 hours away from Stanford.
We arrive at Mariposa for the night, where we stay at this little campground which is already set up with very nice tents, as you can see, along with the grills and amenities, where we spend a beautiful evening. The next morning, we drove to Yosemite National Park.
Yeah, that was a really great experience, that having a tent outdoor overnight. Yeah. And this is the entrance of Yosemite.
Yosemite National Park is in the California Sierra Nevada mountains. It's famed for its giant ancient sequoia trees and for tunnel view at the entrance, the iconic vista of towering Bridal Veil Fall and the granite cliff of El Capitan and Half Dome.
We had such a wonderful time, right? We made a very good timing that day.
Yes, and we arrived early in the morning, which is a must given the lot of traffic that happens around midday over there, so we enjoyed the park basically for ourselves.
We spent entire morning to the early afternoon in the park. Then we drove off to Monterey.
We spent the night in Monterey, and the next morning we visit Cannery Row, the Old Presidio, and the famous Custom House.
Yeah, Monterey is one of the stops we really want to go. This is the Fisherman's Wharf area. We sat there. It was kind of rainy, kind of cold, but we have hot coffee. It was a beautiful view, and we see people in the morning jogging. It's such a beautiful morning.
Afterwards, we drove from Monterey to Carmel by the Sea via the 17-mile drive, which is a very famous and very beautiful route to do and is highly recommended.
Yeah, 17-mile drive is famous for because it was used to be a private residential area. And then they decide to start to let people go in through that area and have the best scenery. If you know Tiger Woods, he used to play golf on the golf course, which is on our left-hand side. On our right-hand side, you can see the Pacific coastal view. Very beautiful. Sean, do you remember we were seeing so many people drove their RV to this coastal highway and park by the park, enjoy the view, reading, and etc.?
Indeed, a lot of people actually rent RVs so they can do the whole drive from San Francisco to LA through the Coastal Pacific Highway, enjoy the scenery, stop for the night, and be under little hotels on wheels.
Yes, it's really nice. And that day the weather is so cooperative, and it's just such a dry weather, and it's so nice. You can see that people really enjoy the summertime on the West Coast as well.
Actually, you know, it is highly recommended to do this route because besides the rich and famous who lives along the 17-mile drive, the view is beautiful. You see a lot of wildlife, seals, otters, sea lions, sea elephants, as well as a lot of birds that are native and endemic to the area. It's really highly recommended. There are a lot of places where to park and stop along the way.
Yeah, don't get us wrong. Yosemite is super beautiful too, but we just didn't put too much of the video on the day we were there. However, the summer trip, Yosemite, even the campground, you have to book almost like 6 months before the trip.
Now we are at the exit of the 17-mile drive and about to enter the city of Carmel by the Sea, which is a beautiful, quaint city with an astonishing architecture. Please come with us and enjoy the drive.
The houses here are like a fairy tale-like cottages. a lot of Hollywood superstar, writer, director, they come here on a weekend basis.
Then, afterwards, we took the California Route 1 Pacific Coast Highway, driving all the way to San Simeon. It takes about 4 to 5 hour drive, scenic places to stop, like the bridge that you just see, the Bixby Bridge, very famous. There are many spots where to stay. However, bear in mind that there is no gas stations between Carmel by the Sea and San Simeon, so you have to plan ahead and leave with a full gas tank.
And also there's no restroom, so before we went on the trip, we prepared some emergency use toilet to carry with us on the road.
Many things to do are like Big Sur that you currently see. The scenery is magnificent all the way through. It's really worth the drive, and we recommend that you do it from north to south rather than south to north, so you can have a better perspective and a better view. The average driving is about 40 to 40 miles an hour. Although it's limited at 55, many places are not recommended because it's too dangerous to drive at that speed.
Yeah, and also it's kind of chilly over there, right? And we stopped by see this famous sea lion.
Afterwards, we left the coast and drove for about 30 to 45 minutes inland to the city of Paso Robles, where we spent the night.
Beautiful.